Welcome back. It's April 17th, 2020. I'm Jerry Hall, and these are my thoughts from Costa Rica. Here's a quick look at the crypto markets. A little peek here at gold. Gold took a little bit of a hit, and I believe it will continue to do so until the equity markets figure out where they are. And that is an entire video unto itself. So Seeking Alpha puts out this little blurb here: no deal on small business loan program. Now, the original $349 billion that was allocated to the SBA small business relief effort, they say was already spent 2 weeks after the applications were opened. Now, I can tell you, having been a small business owner for many years, and a proud legal taxpayer, I filled out my application. I didn't receive a grunion, not one red penny. And I've heard other folks, both on Twitter and in YouTube, saying the same thing. So if the 349 billion was allocated and sent out, nobody I know or have heard of has received anything. And to think that the Republicans only want another 250 billion for that same program, to me doesn't make sense. There's a big disconnect here. That disconnect is the knock-on effects of shutting down a national, not to mention, well, heck, the global economy. These numbers aren't making sense. They're going to need much more. How long will it take for them to realize this? And when I say them, I'm talking about policymakers. They are setting the numbers based off input from the Fed, economic advisors, etc. Kind of a scary place to be for a lot of folks. Here's something I think is important for people to take into consideration. And that is, when you just look at the scale for this situation, per the tests, the actual tests that are being done, there does not seem to be a decline in cases. It's a scary proposition. Hope for the best, folks. Prepare for the worst. I want to draw your attention to something that's actually somewhat inspiring amidst all this chaos and uncertainty that we have going on in our nation's economies around the world. A ray of sunshine comes through our friends at SBI. Now, one of the very interesting use cases for digital assets is the speed in which this multi-trillion-dollar-a-day FX market could settle its transactions. It was something that sparked my enthusiasm early, and we are seeing the likes of SBI R3 getting closer and closer and closer to doing that. Now, how does XRP or Ripple come into play here? Well, the thing about FX contracts, equity settlements, things of that nature aren't straight financial transactions. They're actually contractual obligations. R3 is a smart contract blockchain company. But there needs to be a value component, whether it be fiat, gold, a digital asset like XRP. Well, we know the XRP token works on the R3 protocol, no problem. So I'm encouraged knowing that SBI is going to be literally the first involved or the first through the door in this arena. We know what a permabull Yokatashi Katao is. Now, is this fact? Do they state that they will be using the XRP token? No. So it is a bit of speculation, I will admit. But it's encouraging nonetheless to see the progress in this side of the financial industry. Ripple's done a great job expanding the remittance market. It looks like SBI and R3 are going to be getting their toes wet in the FX market. For that, I'm extremely encouraged. I want to draw your attention real quick as we look at these currency pairs. Now, obviously the Euro USD is the largest, but keep in mind that's only 28%. USD to the Japanese yen, the US dollar to the Great British pound take up the 2 and 3 spots in that. Look at Australia with 6. Australia is rocking. We know Mexico is rocking. Now take your attention to that little slice of the pie where it says other. Well, that's where you'll find the Thai baht, the Philippine peso, the Singapore dollar. These are all corridors that are in play. Again, I'm extremely bullish and extremely excited about the tangible traction and growth in those areas. Here's a quick look at that BTC Markets XRP to Australian dollar corridor. Again, blasting through another all-time high. It's hard to not be encouraged. There's so much uncertainty, there's so much sadness, and so much pain being experienced around the world. But it's important to remember there are always going to be opportunities. Even in the direst of bull markets, bear markets, there are bull cases being presented. This digital asset space has a tremendous amount of growth ahead of it. The sheer volume of human capital coming into the space. The increase in financial capital continues to play itself out over and over and over again. Case in point, yesterday, the article that stated Stripe through a Series G funding round raised another $200 million. We've got to hang in there. Let's stay supportive. Let's put down our tribal flags and remember, as human beings, we are all in this together. Politics aside, social, economic lines, what have you, at the end of the day, we're all just people. I hope nothing but good health and prosperity to all who are participating in this. And if you could, for me, please share and subscribe, like and leave a comment. This is about engagement. I'd like to know what you think. Those are my thoughts for today, folks. From Costa Rica, Pura Vida.